What's going on, guys? Welcome to this installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. It's really cold today. I think it's about 20 degrees right now. Had a little bit of a light snow early this morning. A lot of it kind of melted because of the sun, you know. So we're not going to really be out here for long today, but I did want to take the coils and the coil pack module off of the Aztek's engine today. Now, if you didn't see the last vlog, which was kind of nonsense to be honest with you, there was really no direction. It was more of like an update, I guess. I had the Aztek running one day. We replaced, put a new PCV valve in, retaped this, so this is sealed again. Hooked it up to the hose, you know, that's all good. But when I had it running, I was kind of messing with some wires and pushing down on things back here near the coil module. And all of a sudden the Aztek started running perfectly fine on all 6 cylinders. But then intermittently started misfiring again, so it's been kind of back and forth. The next time I came out here to start it up, which was the next day, it was running on all 6 cylinders for a few minutes and then it started missing again. So then I came back here and tried to push down on the wires and stuff, and this time I didn't get any change. So I think it's time to do a little investigating. I just want to see if the other coils could possibly be damaged, and I also want to look at the module, maybe see if the prongs on the module could possibly be corroded. Also want to see if maybe there's a chance that there's a crack in the module, maybe. Maybe look at the pins where the wiring goes into it. So that's all I want to do. I'm gonna take all that off and just kind of take it in the house and look at it, maybe clean some stuff up. It is really cold out here. So yeah, I don't want to be out here for too long today. At least the sun's out. I also need to go back in the house and get some tape so I can mark the spark plug wires off of each coil so we know which ones go where, obviously, when we put it back together. I haven't had it running in a few days now, so if I decide to put it back together today, I'll fire it up, see if there's a difference. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go buy anything today. We'll see. We'll see what we find here first. But, yeah. Okay, first thing I did, I unplugged all of the wires one by one and wrote down the cylinder numbers on all of the wires. This one doesn't have anything. That's the one that's not hooked up. It's in the loom, but it's not hooked up. It's supposed to be for 4, but this one right here is for number 4. So you can see 4 is there. This is what, 1, 2. So they're all marked. This wire got bunched up behind this somehow. Very strange. The other ones are sitting free, and this one's, you know, I don't know. Have had some of this stuff off numerous times already. So getting this off isn't bad. Probably gonna have to take the map sensor off, which isn't bad either. We just unplug it from the fuel pressure regulator, which is here, and then might have to get a screwdriver maybe, because there's a hose here going into the plenum. Just gotta maybe nudge it outward. Then there's a small wiring harness underneath this, and then there's 2 screws. I don't have the screws in here right now because, you know, for this reason, in case I was going to take everything back off again. So this will come back, or you back these 2 screws out. They're very tiny screws. I think they were either 6 or 7 millimeters maybe. And then you unplug the wiring harness, and then that's how you take off your map sensor. Okay, so the map sensor is off. nothing to it. I also took off this brake booster vacuum, which sits right here on this thing here. So I took that off because it kind of crosses over, and I just kind of moved it over here. Here's the wiring harness for that map sensor. It is a very small harness. In fact, if you try to kind of pull on it, this is as far as it comes up. So you don't really want to lose that, or when we go to put this, pack back on, don't want to end up, we want to make sure it's here, is what I'm trying to say. I can already see that this one coil here, it looks like it has some corrosion on it. This is for cylinders 3 and 6. So, now on the module itself, there's 3 wiring harnesses. There's one wiring harness right here. The tab's on the bottom, so just kind of pull up on it. And try to wiggle it out. There's one. And then there's 2 on this side. It might be kind of hard because this wiring, or not wiring, but this coolant hose here. So, especially with gloves on. Try to pull up on the tab and wiggle it out. Okay, got one. And then the other one's a little further down. Okay, and then there's 2. That one looks wet. Yeah, that's wet. I wonder what's on it. Maybe that's our problem. That's good to know. We'll be investigating that. So that's out. This wiring harness is not attached to these other ones, so I think I just made it fall. So you gotta keep an eye on that one. But the other 2 are hooked up to this large main harness here that runs up through this way over to the relay center. So from there, there's a bolt here, there's a bolt here, and then on the back side there are 2 more bolts just like it. Well, alright then. Also, don't want to lose my spark plug wires. So I think those are 10s, 10 millimeters. You know what? Small change of plans, because I kind of forgot. I took the first 2 out of the top here, and you can see it's up off of the plenum. But I forgot that the O2 sensor, it's hooked into the side of this brace. See? So that's where that is. I mean, you can always unhook that, but those other 2 bolts are they're like far down here, and I don't know. I think what I might do is we might just take the coils off individually, because if all of these coils are off, this plastic base here, which happens to be the module, once all of these little tiny screws are out, those should come out, or it should take this off. That's how that's connected. I forgot this particular pack here, this for 5 and 2. I have it loose on this side because this screw is so rusted. I didn't want it to break. Now the prongs are on the back side, and that's where it's sitting, and the back screw is held down 100%, but this one is still loose up here. So when we take it off, maybe I'll try to do something with the screw. And yeah, so what we need now is a smaller socket. I think the correct size is 5.5, but my particular set doesn't have a 5.5, so I used 7/32. Oh, I think it was 7/32. We're gonna need the small ratchet and probably the small extender too. Unfortunately, on this particular car, this is all kind of a pain in the butt to get to because of how far back the motor sits. But if you're working on like a Grand Am or a Malibu or something with this similar engine, you have pretty decent access to all of this without there being a windshield cowl hanging above you. But I just so happened to have bought an Aztek. Alright, so that took a little longer than I was expecting. Ended up losing that other wiring harness. Yeah, it's right here. I hope it stays there. Like I said, not very long at all. So tuck that there, hopefully it stays there. On this car, it looks like it's a purple and yellow wire. So if you happen to lose it, maybe try to look for the yellow and the purple. Had to cut that one screw off for the one pack, so I gotta try and get it out of this bracket now. And yeah, it was really rusted on there. It stripped out, so I just had to cut it off. But here's our findings. This is the one that I recently purchased from the junkyard. I lost the back screw to it. It fell. I'm gonna buy new screws today. Hopefully the parts store has them. But this one still visibly looks to be in pretty good shape, so I don't think that's the issue. 3 and 6. I have one of these contacts looks like it's kind of corroded, so that could be an issue. Also, there was a crack, small crack there, so this one could be on its way out. So there's that. And then this is the one that wasn't sitting on there right. The contacts look decent, and again, completely cracked on the side and the bottom. Yeah, 2 different cracks. Oh, interesting. So all of these were, well, with the exception of the one I just bought, these other 2 have to go, as to be expected. Here's the module. I don't know. Now this is the side that I was pushing down on that one day, and it does look like there may have been something wet in there at one time. It looks kind of greasy. I don't know if that's from the coolant leak when that one hose was leaking and we tied it off. Maybe water or coolant got into there, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was running rough even before that incident. But I don't know, so that could be. Other than that, it just looks like there's some corrosion inside of the contact areas, as well as the prongs for the actual caps. So I don't know. I mean, I've heard it's very rare for these to actually go bad. There's not much to them, and I was also told if it goes bad, then you probably wouldn't have any fire at all. So I don't know, but we'll clean it up. And as far as these go, I don't know if I'm gonna go out there today or what, but I don't know. But it's apart now, and I'm cold, so I'm going to at least stop for now and get on with the rest of the day. Oh, before I do that, I will bolt this this bracket back down to the plenum and make sure we tighten them good enough, because those are those? No, they're not actual plenum bolts. So, okay, I couldn't remember or not if they were. So I'll bolt that back down, then that's done. And I don't know, I'll think about if I want to finish this up today or not. So we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I caved. I came out here to the yard today to pull the rest of the coil packs off of a Grand Am, the same one I got the other two off of. I'm at an Aztek right now. It's an 01. I have it opened up right now. This must have just came in not too long ago. It's honestly not in too bad of shape. It's fading, of course. I don't know when they got it in. Doesn't say. But anyway, it's not a GT. It's just a base. But I noticed that it was here. It wasn't here the last couple times I was here, but you know, it's not too bad. Who knows what the mileage is? Keys in it. It's got a nice remote, kind of. Wheel covers are in the back. Sunroof. But I saw the manual. The whole pack is here, you know, and the manual's in good shape. So I think I'm gonna buy this because the one that obviously came with mine is awful. This is my coil, my 2 coils, and I pulled the module too. See how much it costs. I'll go get it. But I was looking at this bag, and it looks like all the service records and stuff are in here from whoever had it last. But in the bag, there's a window sticker here for this one. And I looked at the window sticker, and it says that this vehicle is not for sale, nor should it be displayed until manufacturer's price label is complete. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if maybe it was a demo. This dealership is no longer in business. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I'll keep that with this. But the warranty book, the pre-delivery stuff's in there. So that's pretty cool. And the manual is like immaculate. So I'm going to buy that. Replace the one that I have in there now. So that's it. I'll put that back in there, get my tool. And yeah, call it a day. Okay, so here we are back home. There's still a little bit of daylight left. So I'm going to try to get everything hooked back up, and we'll try to run it here real soon. So, as you saw in the brief clip from the junkyard, I just went ahead and bought the other 2 remaining coils and the actual coil module. I inspected both of these coils for cracks. I didn't buy screws, but these screws don't seem to be too bad. I'll just WD-40 them before we put them back in. But so I inspected these last remaining coils from this particular Grand Am. I looked for cracks, didn't see any cracks. All the connectors or the caps, no corrosion. And the module, other than just being kind of dusty, you know, the module actually looks a lot better than mine did too. There's really no corrosion at all on these prongs. These connectors in here look good. So I just went ahead and took this entire thing with me. So this was 20, and these were each 10 a piece, so 30 bucks. And then of course this is the one that I had already replaced. So it's kind of funny because all 3 of these coils are back in the same car for the first time since I had bought this one originally. So yeah, so let me go ahead and I'll start hooking all this up, get everything rerouted real quick before I lose my daylight, and we'll go ahead and fire it up and see if that's the cause. Now I did notice earlier when we undid that one particular wiring harness back here, the short one, it looked wet for some reason, and I don't know if there's anything in, I can't really get back there enough to see, but I don't know if there's anything like water or my guess is coolant. It might have been coolant from when this pipe was leaking. Maybe somehow it, since it's right there, maybe it kind of seeped into it. But there's a weather, you know, a weather seal around it, so that shouldn't be an issue. But I was hoping nothing actually got into contacts, and hopefully it's not going to screw this up. But this should be okay. Some of that dirt just it's stuck in there. But the prongs look good, so let's go ahead and get it hooked up and give it a try. Alright, so all 3 coils and the replacement module are all in place. All of these bolts are snug, so all of these are completely, you know, tight on there. They're not going anywhere. All of this came off of a 03 Grand Am, by the way, so still slightly newer than an 01. Everything definitely just looks better compared to what was pulled off of this particular car. So that's again why I just went with getting all of that. So this one harness back here, I plugged it in so I wouldn't lose it before I tightened all this down. So the one back right harness is on. We will get this one in place. This one is the one that goes right here. Maybe. It's so tight over here. Plus these gloves don't help. That back there, that helps. There we go, I think. Okay, so that's in. The other one is in. And then the one that goes right here. Okay, it is in. You can tell there was one of those little rings here or something that hold this wire in place, but mine obviously appears to be broken. We could do the map sensor real quick. The last time I had this off, I kind of oiled up that little thing to slide this tube over, so hopefully it'll still hold up and slide in pretty easily. So it's going to go this way. Make sure you don't forget to plug in the harness. You'll need 2 hands obviously for the harness because that wire is so short. Here, make sure you push it in far enough. Okay, and then we'll tuck this under this bracket here. And now try to push it down onto there. It's going, so that's good. I'll wiggle it on there some. Looks like it's on the same as it has been. Do that. Okay, and now we get to do the spark plugs. So 5, 2, 3, 6, and 4, 1, I believe. I'll get my phone out to make sure. Yep, so from left to right, 5, 2, 3, 6, and 4, 1. So that's what I thought it was. Alright. So that's it. Brake booster. Which I probably should have done this before I put all those wires on, but whatever. We'll just snake it through here. Get to the bottom and wiggle it on. Here we go. Okay, and the maps are plugged in. That's there. All the harnesses are hooked up. Okay, let's get the jumpers on it and see what happens. Okay, she's hooked up. One thing I also want to make note of that I didn't really document, but I kind of took pictures. You kind of see all this white stuff here. I tried to clean up all the terminals a couple days ago also. So I undid the battery terminals, and I know we're hooked up, and I took the ground off, which is over here, and I took the wiring harness going to the relay center over here too, and kind of scrubbed them down a little bit. Used some baking soda and water, which is what you see here. I just didn't get all the baking soda off of it. Put some terminal anti-corrosion stuff on the battery terminals. Hooked everything back up, made sure everything was nice and tight, and hopefully that'll kind of kill off our you know, terminal connection issues. So it looks like we got good contact. Car hasn't been started in days. I don't even know how long it's been now. So let's hope this is it. Let's hope that, oh, the car's back on the jacks. Oh well. Let's hope that this will do it, guys. Fingers crossed, all 6 cylinders. Here we go. I really won't know until it bogs down. Alright, let me get these off and see what happens. It'll probably be a few minutes, obviously, for it to warm up. I mean, right now, this seems okay. Doesn't sound like anything's really poofing out like usual. Yeah, looks smooth back here. Can't feel my fingers. These work gloves don't really insulate at all. The battery looks like it's had contact with the car because this isn't at 12, it's at 401. So I don't know. If it reset, it'd be kind of weird for it to be at 4 and not 12. Alright, I'll sit out here for a little bit, let it warm up, and we'll go from there, see what happens. Let's get some tunes going. Oh yeah, one new thing I gotta show you guys too. This happened the other day and I'm gonna have to do something about it. There's water in the cup holder. Do you know where that water's coming from? The sunroof button. So the ceiling, the sunroof's leaking. And no surprise there, but it's really strange. It was coming right out of the button. And I'm definitely not going to open it now, but I know we're probably going to have to clean out those tubes. Yeah, it kind of fell into the cup holder. I witnessed this the other day. So yeah, that's another thing to add to the list. I'm going to have to find something to temporarily cover that up so we don't keep getting water in here, especially during, you know, when it starts to rain and stuff. Okay, so it's been minutes now, and you can see the thermostat's getting ready to open soon. It's getting up there. The RPMs have bogged down. Low fuel, go figure. But look, she's not shaking. She's right where she should be. Service engine light hasn't come back on. I know we've got the oil pressure switch circuit code that will probably come up at some point, but the light isn't on at the moment. Look at that. Perfectly smooth. Lights were flashing, I noticed when I did that, so I don't think I'm still getting good connection with the alternator or the battery. I don't know. It was fine the other day. She sounds good. She sounds good. She's smooth. No poof. Wonderful. I think that was it. After a couple revs, still no service engine light. think we figured it out. Now, if it wasn't going to be that, I was going to start to worry that it could possibly be a short in one of those wiring harnesses. Since I was messing with those and seemed to be an issue when it was running good all of a sudden, but no. So 3 new coils, newer coils, a newer module. That's it. She's running good. Next up, we got to figure out what to do about the radiator. A lot of Aztecs at the junkyard today look like the radiators were gone already. One of them was still in place, but it was cracked at the top, so that's probably no good. I think I'm going to shut it off for the night. I'm not going to wait for it to charge or anything. Hopefully she'll still have some power when I turn it off. If it's got power, that's a good sign. If it goes completely dark, then I still have a problem. But she's doing good. Well, the battery could be weak also. The battery hasn't had any kind of action, you know. And with how cold it is now, it's, you know, it's way below freezing. It's probably 19 degrees. Very dim. But hey, that's all taken care of. Oil change, I know I say it again. It'll be soon on a warmer day. Spring should be here before you know it. Alright, well that's finally one mystery down with the tech. I'm gonna go in now, I can't feel my fingers. Oh, let me show you the that manual that I bought. Yeah, so I know my tech came with a manual. You guys have seen it, but you know it's in pieces. But when I saw this one in that tech, especially with the bag, this bag full of the you know, new information and stuff, I just had to have it. This was $3, but I don't know. I'm not really gonna count this toward the investment of the tech. I don't think. Look at that. Looks perfectly. Back cover's on it. The spine's on it. Yeah. Even smells new. I can smell it from here. So I got that. This window sticker cracked me up. So I wonder if it was just a, you know, this was like a demo or something for a while. Doesn't say anything about the equipment. Nothing. The VIN's at the bottom. The dealership isn't around anymore, unless it's something else. But my aunt bought her first Grand M from that dealership, I think. And then it's got the warranty information, which I've never seen. I've never seen the warranty book, but this is something that came with all 01 Pontiacs, obviously. But that's cool to have. And then this has the pre-delivery information, so I think that's cool to have. And this is cool. It's like a quick reference guide type thing about the tech. Never seen this before in person, anyway. So that's cool. That's cool to have. And then just something for Bridgestone tires. So yeah, it's like I have the entire owner's manual packet now. I was kind of surprised there's no leather portfolio. I know sometimes GM put them in these bags, sometimes there are portfolios, but whatever. I'm glad to have that though. I'm glad I have the entire package, so I thought that was pretty neat. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a day, so if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Also check out teespring.com/store/Mike'sVehicleSpotlight for all of your MVS and vlog merchandise. That's all I've got for today, so one more mystery of the tech down, and we'll just keep on doing what we can little by little to get it in a better shape than what it has been. I'll see you guys next time, so thanks for watching. Take care.